community, and welcome to the Multiple Birth Experience Books channel. I am Lola Adebayo. So before we get into things, or before we get into our first video, that is, please, I want you to subscribe to this channel. It's a new channel dedicated for children's literature. It's dedicated to children's literature. You know, I want to encourage literature in children and young people. I think it's important. I think it's helpful. And what I'll be doing here is reviewing and recommending children's books or books for young people as well that will be helpful, or even just to read. You know, reading is fundamental, as they say. Reading is fun as well. And I believe that when children read, or when people read in general, it improves and enhances their vocabulary, you know. And I know that firsthand because I have a daughter that my first child, I didn't do much reading when she was young. I didn't know much, and I noticed the difference when I did it with my second pregnancy with the twins. I have twins who are 7 years old, and I've been reading to them since they were babies, and it's made a big difference, and I can actually see the difference. Anyway, before we get straight into it, like I said, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you comment in the videos that we post. Let us know what you think. Give us your opinion. Like the videos. You know, we encourage likes. And make sure you share the channel and videos to family and friends so we can grow in one accord, grow the community. Anyway, let's get straight into it. She's My Twin Sister. She's My Twin Sister is a book that I personally bought for my twins, and I can honestly say that it's a really good book. And I'm not just saying that because I know the author. I'm saying that because it's true. I've got twins, and I bought that book for a reason. For that reason, exactly, because I've got twins, and I knew that I wanted them to read books that represents them, that they can see themselves in. And at the time, I was in the middle of actually writing a book of my own about twins and multiple, because I couldn't find any. And then I stumbled across She's My Twin Sister on Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, wow, there's a book about twins, and it's about the black girls, and so forth. So I checked out the Instagram page of the author and realized that she was closer than I thought, like local. And yeah, before I get too deep into that, the book itself, I got the book for my daughters. They loved it. They read it every day, and they liked the fact that the book was about actual people that they know. Because what happened is I contacted the author, Lola Adebayo, and, we became friends. We exchanged numbers, we met up. I even had her speak at my first ever event for the Multiple Birth Experience, and her twins met my twins. They played together, they love each other, they enjoy each other's company. So they like the fact in their head that they know the people in the book. They know who the author is, who wrote the book, and they know the twins that's even in the book that it's about. Because what she did was write a book about her twins and her experience in having twins and being a mother to twins, and just stories that you can relate to, because that's exactly what I was going to do. I mean, I'm actually still doing it, but it's just taking a bit of time. You don't want to rush perfection, So yeah, She's My Twin Sister is a book written by Lola Adebayo, who is a young, beautiful woman. She's Nigerian like myself. We also share, I wouldn't say the same name, but it's similar, Lola. Lola. I mean, my middle name is Lola, so that's similar, I guess. The book is about twins who, let me think, how should I put it? Basically, it's a book about twin sisters called Amel and Amira. That's their real name. They're fraternal twins, but they are also different. Fraternal twins are not really the same anyway. They are pretty much totally different from identical twins, but not many people know that. And as much as they don't look alike, they're not. I mean, they look alike. They look like siblings. They look like sisters, but they are not identical. Like identical twins. So it's a simple story of a special bond between sisters and twins, or siblings, I should say. And we just followed them on their twin adventures. And this is the first book in the series. I was going to say trilogy, but it's not going to be a trilogy. It's going to be a series with multiple books. She actually has 2 books, actually. We're going to talk about that after. So She's My Twin Sister is the first book in the series of the Twinventures story. And yeah, I don't want to give you too much information about it. The whole point is for you to buy the book yourself and find out yourself and read it yourself, and buy it for your family or friends or anyone that you know will enjoy the story. It's a really, really good fun book to read. In the book, the girls just they go back and forth a little bit. It's a bit of a laugh. They do things, they fight, and they make up like normal children do, or friends do, or even siblings do, So yeah, it's very, very interesting, and my girls loved it. They loved it so much that they were even requesting for another book of that same caliber. But at the time, she didn't, there wasn't a book available. But now there is another book available, which we're gonna get straight into, and that book is called That's My New Friend. That's My New Friend is Lola Adebayo's second book in the Twinventures series. And that's another book that I can relate to, or my twins can relate to, because trust me, it can be so annoying. It's so annoying. Obviously as a parent it's annoying, but I know how it is because I was once a child myself, and even adults to this day go through things like that. When it comes to friendships and friends and being territorial, some people can be really territorial with their friends, and as siblings, especially twins, you're always together, you do everything together. And if you're in separate classes, you tend to have not separate friends, because your friends, you kind of merge into one, but you have your own friends in your classes. And then you two, because you're twins, you bring all your friends together, so you all share the same friends, but you tend to have one friend over there and a bunch of friends over there because you're in separate classes. So it can get a bit awkward sometimes. From my experience, my twins are in separate classes, so they have separate friends, but at the same time all their friends are all one friend, because the friends know that they're twins. They know that you get both of them, you get 2 for the price of 1. So let's say, for example, if one of them have a birthday invitation in their class, they have to know, or the families of them, or those kids have to know, that if you are inviting one, you are inviting them both. You're inviting 2 of them. You can't just invite one. Obviously, in the beginning, they wasn't aware of them being twins, when they were in a reception class. Not many of them knew that they were twins. So when the twins would have birthday parties, and their friends will come, they will only come with one gift, which is understandable because the parents don't know, and sometimes the kids didn't know. But now, they're like 7 years old now, so they know that my girls are twins and they come as a package. So you cannot invite one and not the other. You can't say she's not invited, because if she's not invited, then she's not invited. That's just how it goes for me anyway in my home. So That's My New Friend is pretty much, without giving too much away, is pretty much like that. The girls, they tend to have a friend of their own, and sometimes they get a bit territorial and want them to have the friend all to themselves, or they'll have friends and then they feel a bit left out by the sister, or the sister and their friend, because that's their friend from their class, and they bond so well that the other twin feels a bit left out, and it takes a bit of time for them to kind of include themselves into the play, because that twin might feel a bit shy, and the friend is a bit like over, territorial, overbearing or whatnot. And I get that because when you get a third party into the mix and they have a big personality, they feel a bit shy and they want you to include them as opposed to including themselves. And kids will be kids at the end of the day. Like if they're in my presence, I always encourage the sister to include their other sister, their twin sister, in whatever it is they're doing, because they can get a bit carried away. It's not on purpose. They can get a bit carried away with their friend. Like we have play dates in the house, and one of them, because they're in separate classes, like I said, they'll invite their friends over. They get excited and they want to play with their friends. They see the sister every day, all the time, and sometimes it was a bit like, you know what, let me play with my friend, but not that they're pushing the sister away. They just want to play with their friend because they don't get to see the friend outside of school that often, But it's I'll tell the other twin, include yourself. No one's saying you can't play. You just have to force yourself into the play. Like, no one's gonna say you can't play with them. But yeah, it can be a bit but as they get older, they get a bit more comfortable and understand a bit better, and you just have to keep encouraging them. I always encourage my twins to play nice and play with each other, and always include in each other in everything they do, because they're always together. Include each other. Don't just play and then you see your sister sitting by herself and no one's playing with her. Include her. It can be like that sometimes, but as long as you encourage them and just tell them, look, your sisters, your best friends, before anybody, you had each other. Do you get what I'm saying? And then they'll understand and they will grow with that. So that book is pretty much of that. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. Please go out and get it for your loved ones. It's, even though it's about girls, it's relatable to the boys. I'm sure it is. I don't have any boys, but friendship is friendship at the end of the day. Boys might handle things a bit more differently. I don't know, as children, because I don't have any little boys. I've got young nephews, but I didn't experience their friendship thing when they were children, because obviously, I wasn't around them like that, for the school time. But my sister hasn't said anything about it, so I'm not sure. Let us know what you think in the comments. Tell me what you think in the comments. So that's 2 books by Lola. Let me stop saying Lola. It's Lola. Lola Adebayo, and the illustrator is Winda Mulasari. So yeah, support black businesses, support, and yeah, tell me what you think in the comments if you've got the book. That's a book I definitely recommend, because I've personally read it myself, and I've actually bought it myself. It wasn't gifted or nothing. So yeah, she's my twin sister, and that's my new friend by Lola Adebayo. Well, this brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment and share, and we will catch you in the next video.